Buckle up, Jets fans. Buckle up, baby. Buckle up. Dante Moore. It's 12:20 EST as I'm live here on Wednesday, January 14th. And we just found out that Dante Moore is about to go on ESPN and announce if he's going to the NFL draft or if he's staying put in college. So we're going to bring everybody into the house on this live show, emergency live stream. I was not planning to go live right now, but things change because I just found this out. Will he officially declare or will he stay at school? Oh, baby. So Adam Schefter just announced right here, if you did not see for yourself, Oregon quarterback Dante Moore is planning to announce his decision about whether he will or won't enter the NFL draft on ESPN Sports Center at 2:30, which is 10 minutes from now. Now, I don't want to get my hopes up because, of course, he can say the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I'm not freaking leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm staying. I'm going back to school. Maybe I'm entering the transfer portal. Dylan Raiola has officially transferred to Oregon. So, I don't know, man. I'm a little iffy on this. I think that there's a world where he does stay in college. But there's a world. Let's make a poll, actually. Where do you guys think? Because I think that there's a lot of people that are completely split down the middle, whether or not he's going to be going to college or not. Back to college, rather. Will Dante Moore declare or not? Yes, he will declare. I'm making a poll right now. No, he will go back to the NCAA. All right, let your voice be heard. All right. Why won't it let me? Let your voice be heard in the chat. Hit that like button. Oh, baby, we got something crazy going on right now, Jets fans. This is a big moment, man. This is a big moment because this could be our future. This could be the Jets draft pick if he says yes and if the Jets fall in love with him. Or it could be not. It could be the opposite. It could be, there's also a world where he declares and the Jets don't even draft him. That's also a possibility. So a lot of interesting things to keep in mind. Want to let you guys know that we were live this morning and we had a special guest in case you missed it. BT, the legend himself, Brandon Tierney, joined me on Jets Media. We were live for around an hour and it was so much fun, man. Shout out to my guy, BT, who has his own YouTube channel now, BT Unleashed. Make sure you guys go check him out there. But if you guys did not check out the live, I highly recommend go watch the replay. There's going to be clips coming out as well. And we went deep into the Jets, why to be optimistic about the future, why to be worrisome about the future, going deep into the season. And it's just a pleasure, man. BT is one of my, guys that I've been following along for a minute now. And the fact that I was able to have him on my show was something that I'm very, very fortunate for. So make sure you guys go check out the episode that was earlier today where we had BT himself join Jets Media, and hopefully we can get him on again at some point in the offseason when things start to rally up. So if you guys want to go check that episode out, it is live on Jets Media. So make sure you guys go do that. Now back to what we are here for. Around 5 minutes to go before we find out the news. Whether we find out the news of Dante Moore, will he be declaring or not, baby? Oh, baby. Hit that like button, folks. $5 super chat from V-Man in the house. Hey, Can people stop fantasizing about getting Tomlin next year? He has shown zero capacity to be a program builder. We need a program builder. Yeah, I mean, 19 years of winning, of non-losing could be that, but you never know. I hear you, though, V-Man. I mean, the way I look at it is this. I'm not thinking about Mike Tomlin in 27. I'm focused on Aaron Glenn right now. If it gets to that point next year, we'll talk about it. But I still want to give Aaron Glenn a fair shot this year before I start talking about Mike Tomlin in 2027. But, hey, I'm also not ignorant, and I'm also not blind to that as an opportunity. If Aaron Glenn fizzles out, which of course is possible, and the Jets fire Aaron Glenn, Mike Tomlin is going to be the number one candidate. I do disagree with you, V-Man, though. I do disagree. I'm not going to lie. I do disagree about that. That he's not a program builder. Tell me what Mike Tomlin has done. I mean, it's the last thing I'll say. He's won a Super Bowl, and he has coached 19 seasons of not having a losing record. That's called consistency, and that's taking a storied franchise of the Pittsburgh Steelers and keeping them as consistent as you possibly can. I don't know. We may have different opinions on that, but it's okay. We don't know how to talk about Mike Tomlin right now. This is about Dante Moore. We got 5 minutes. I got SportsCenter on my television, and I don't see any Dante Moore right now. I don't know. Hit that like button, folks. Right now, on your way in, of course, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Now, what's your guys' thoughts of the decision thing? You guys, some people don't like it. Some people are getting LeBron James flashbacks. Remember when us Knicks fans, if you are a Knicks fan watching, we tuned in on ESPN to LeBron James' decision just to tell him that I'll take my talents to South Beach. And we're like, screw this guy. You're going to Miami instead of coming to the New York for the Knicks? Man, this is giving LeBron James flashbacks. I don't know. Some people are like, who does this guy think he is? But folks, let's get this to 100 likes before the official announcement. Before the official announcement. Let's get to 100 likes. Holy smokes. This is going to be epic. I'm excited. What do we think? What do we think, chat? Is he going to declare? So 64% says yes, he will declare. 37% says no. Interesting stuff. BX Kid with Super Chat. This would really suck for him to announce and he doesn't succeed on the next level. Talk about a waste. Thank you for the $5 Super Chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. It's true. I hear you, bro. I appreciate that, man. V-Man with a $10 Super Chat. Appreciate you. And how is that a program builder? He was handed a roster 2 years, removed from his Super Bowl, and succeeded early. And when that foundation crumbled, he had zero capacity to replace it, and they stagnated. Yeah, I mean, listen, we don't have to go deep into a Mike Tomlin debate right now because we're about to react to this decision. But he was able to sustain a successful program and build it his way. You think that in year 18 and 19, he was still living off of the success of the previous Steelers coaches? No, he built that program his way. Yes, of course, he did not build it from scratch, if that's what your point is. He did not take the Steelers, that was a bad organization, and build them from scratch. But he retooled them into his vision, into a very successful Super Bowl winning, consistent winning football team. So I appreciate the Super Chat, though. Hit that like button, folks. Let's get this to 100 likes because we got a decision looming. Someone cue the LeBron James meme. All right? Holy. Let's go. The news is about to be here. I wonder if I can... Oh, I could. All right, so we're going to see if I can stream. Listen, there's a chance he's about to enter the transfer portal, by the way. That's a big chance. There's a big chance of that. Okay. So I'm going to try to see if I can stream the decision live here. But we'll see as we wait. This is going to be big. This is going to be big. Come on, baby. What's the decision going to be? Rich, you're back. Great show with BT. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. All right. They're starting to show some highlights of Dante Moore on SportsCenter. We got SportsCenter live right here. I don't know if I'm going to get flagged by YouTube for showing you guys this. I probably shouldn't do this, but I got. Oh, here he is, folks. The decision is live. Here we go.
Yeah, of course. First things first, I have to give glory to God for, of course, letting me be on this platform I am, the blessings he's given me. Yeah, this past year was a year that I'll remember for the rest of my life. Just my teammates, the adversity we went through, and just the way to be able to, as a kid, to play in the semifinals. And, of course, the year didn't end the way you wanted to end. And, of course, got to give your kudos and credit to Indiana. But, yeah, with this decision, mainly all my life, it's kind of just been, being as most prepared as I can for any situation I go into. And when it comes to me just making my decision, of course, I want to feel most prepared and, just best for my situation, especially as a quarterback. And with my decision, it's been very tough. I prayed a lot about it, talked to many people, my mentors and people I just look up to. And with that being said, of course, I'll be coming back to Oregon for one more year.
Wow.
And being able to play for the Oregon Ducks and,
my goodness,
reach our goal and be national champions.
He's going back
you mentioned
to Oregon.
The fact, obviously, that you guys lost to Indiana.
He's staying.
In the semis. You kept using the word preparation.
He's staying, folks. Breaking news, Dante Moore staying. Holy smokes. What the heck? What a curveball. He's staying. All right. Well, everybody delete your mock drafts. Dante Moore is staying put at Oregon. That's crazy. That definitely throws a wrench in a lot of things. Breaking news, folks. Dante Moore is officially staying in Oregon. That means the Jets will not have an opportunity to draft him at number 2. They could have a chance to draft him at 27, but that's the case. Dante Moore is officially returning to Oregon and will not declare to the NFL. What's your guys' thoughts? Of course, man. That throws a wrench in things. What's your thoughts of this news, folks? As we are live here on Jets Media, this is breaking news we just react to it. We just reacted to it. Now, how is that going to change the outlook of the 2026 draft for the Jets? It's going to. Some people are relieved. Some people are not. And, a lot of people assumed that Dylan Raiola going to Oregon opens up the opportunity for Dante Moore. But now, kiss all those mock drafts goodbye. A lot of people are happy right now. This is crazy. So if you're just tuning in, folks, we have breaking news. Dante Moore is staying put at Oregon. Did the Jets just dodge a bullet? Or are we missing out on a future all-time great quarterback? What's your guys' thoughts? Let me know right now, because I can tell you right now, a lot of Jets fans are a little frustrated. Some Jets fans are relieved, as Dante Moore has officially announced that he is not going to the NFL. Let me know where you stand right here as we have the breaking news come from his own mouth, by the way. From his own mouth. He went on ESPN. He wanted to announce it himself that he is not going to the NFL draft. Let your voice be heard in the chat. And I guess this means it's going to be a competition between him and Dylan Raiola. Is that what that means? Now, what did the Jets do at pick 2? This absolutely switches up a lot of people's perspectives. What do the Jets do at pick number 2? What do they do? I think that is the number one question that a lot of people are going to have. And a lot of people are voting in the chat saying that, yeah, they thought we were going to see him declare, but the news has just happened. Let's edit the title, reacting to live decision. Oh my goodness. Now, the trade down scenario is there. Tank for Manning now. Bye-bye Glenn in 27, says Joe the Jet G. Do you guys agree with that take? Whew. This is crazy stuff. Breaking news coming out of ESPN from the man himself mentioning that he is staying put at Oregon. Seems like a lot of people are relieved. Man, he really milked that too. He's like, I did, a lot of thinking about it. I was about to say, bro, tell us already. Tell us already. Now, the reason why this is not a good thing for the Jets, even if you didn't like him as a prospect, you still wanted him to declare, because now he does not declare. What do the Jets do at pick 2? What do the Jets do? The Jets could go defense at 2. They can go Reese. They can go Bain. They can trade down at 2. But if you're trading down from 2, who's trading up for a player at number 2? So are you happy with this decision? Are you happy with this news? There's some people that love him as a prospect, some people that did not like him. He was a work in progress. But forget about what the Jets are doing at number 2. Who the heck are the Jets going at quarterback? This changes the entire outlook. This changes everything. And I have a video uploading tonight on my channel about the big things the Jets need to figure out in the offseason. And I talked about it like Dante Moore was going to be declaring. So that's going to be an interesting video to upload tonight. You got Malik Willis that you can bring up, right? What's the Jets' plan now? The Jets' quarterback search. I got to take Dante Moore off this graphic that I created because he's not an option anymore. Trinidad Chambliss, Kyler Murray, Ty Simpson. There's a lot of different scenarios for these New York Jets now. I can't believe he went on SportsCenter to let the world know he's returning to Oregon. And let's be honest. If you're Dante Moore, is that the right decision? He has not started more than 18 games in college. He's coming off of a really bad game in the playoffs. But is Dylan Raiola going to be a backup behind him? And then I guess he's going to be the guy when I don't know, trying to think about. Because now the Jets could have a big decision here where they punt on the idea of drafting a quarterback this year. They bring in a bridge like a Malik Willis. You load up this roster. And then you go into the 2027 draft with the asset to build for your quarterback. But the big question is, do Jets fans have patience? Do Jets fans have patience to wait till 2027 to find their guy? No, I don't think they do. That's the big problem we're going to have. So the Jets are going to exhaust all their options into a quarterback because they have to find a guy this year. They have to bring in a guy in the draft. They have to bring in a guy in free agency. They have to trade for somebody. There's no way we're going into this season with another swing on a Justin Fields where it's just Malik Willis and a Tyrod and an undrafted free agent. And then we win 3 or 4 games. Aaron Glenn's fired in that scenario. And then I guess that's what people want. But People are saying trade with the Browns for their two first-round picks. My question is, who are the Browns trading up for? Guys, in order to trade down from 2, you need to have a player on the board for that team to want. It's not that easy to just trade down. Somebody enlighten me. Who are the Browns or any team trading up to number 2 for that the Jets wouldn't want themselves? And by the way, the Jets don't really need to trade down. They got all their assets. Yeah, of course, more assets is good. It's not a bad thing to get more assets. But they have the assets. They have 2 firsts. They have 3 firsts next year. Dude, my reaction to this news is, welcome to the Jets, Kyler Murray. That's what. And all the narratives of, oh, he should avoid the Jets. Do you think that was weighed into his decision that he really wanted to avoid the Jets? Do you really think so? So now you fire up the mocks with him returning to college. Where are the Jets going to pivot at number 2 and 16? Is Malik Willis really going to be the guy? Is trading for Mac Jones an option? Is trading for Kyler Murray an option? Marcus, those are all situations. I think a likely scenario is the Jets trading Will McDonald and drafting a guy like Bain at 2, getting a pass rusher, resetting the clock at that position. I can see that happening. Carson Beck, some people are saying. And, we're missing out on Fernando Mendoza. We all know that. Fernando Mendoza is not coming to the Jets. Time to trade for top quarterback. Who? Who are the Jets trading for? That's a top quarterback. If you fire up the mocks right now, you're looking at Evero Reese, the linebacker, or Bain at number 2, or a trade down. I mean, what other options are there? And then you got either a Ty Simpson from Alabama or a Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. Garrett Nussmeier, not in the first round, but I'm talking like mid-round guys. Joe Burrow is not going anywhere, bro. People are saying Joe Burrow in the chat. Joe Burrow ain't going anywhere, folks. Zach Taylor is not fired. The Bengals are not letting go of Joe Burrow, just like they're not let go of that dream. Lamar Jackson's not going anywhere. Joe Burrow is not going anywhere. Okay? Come on, man. That's what it's all comes down to. I would love Joe Burrow. I would love Lamar, but I'm just not going to entertain that. It's not realistic. It's not realistic, okay? That's what it comes down to. And for the people still bringing up the fans that were happy about the Jets winning against the Falcons, grow up, bro. You're miserable. You're an absolute miserable person if you still are holding on to that win that the Jets had over the Falcons that cost the Jets the first overall pick. And you're trying to pick on Jets fans for being happy about that. Newsflash, fans have zero impact about what happens. Whether you're a fan that rooted for a win that game or a loss, the result still would have been exactly what we're staring at today. So grow up and stop being miserable and accept what happened. I'm someone that just goes with the flow of things. When the Jets win a game, they win a game. Cool. They lose a game? Cool. I mean, I have no impact. Stop harping on a 1 win against the Falcons. I get it. If they lost that game, we would have the first overall pick. No one's denying that as the truth. But for the people that just harp on the past, all you do is just live in misery. And I'm sorry, that's not how I live my life. I don't live my life that way. The fans, newsflash, do not have as much as to say as some people think. Just saying. So congratulations for the fans that rooted against the Jets for the rest of the season. They lost every single game. I mean, is that what we're getting? Is that what we're getting at as fans? We think we really have that much of a say and what happens on the football field, you can't fault the Jets for going out there and beating a Falcons team with Tyrod Taylor. By the way, the Jets, after beating the Falcons, they literally tanked. They put Brady Cook out there on the field for the rest of the season when we had Justin Fields healthy and Tyrod healthy. That's called tanking. That's called putting out the worst product on the field so you can literally lose. So stop living in the past. Yeah, is it unfortunate that the Jets don't have the first overall pick? Yeah, sure. But I can't stand the people that try to pin the fans in a corner that root for wins as it's our fault. Give me a break, bro. Give me a freaking break. I laugh at that. So I think that this news of Dante Moore going back to college is definitely massive for so many different reasons. It directly impacts the New York Jets because the Jets had the second overall pick. He was mocked to go number 2 behind Fernando Mendoza. That game on Friday night. I mean, this would be a different conversation. Say that Oregon Ducks lost that game on Friday against Indiana, but he still balled out. I wonder if he would be still going back. But I think he understands that that game really costed him a lot. If you're just tuning in, we have some breaking news. Dante Moore has officially declared to go back to college. Go back. And now everybody's already looking at Arch Manning in the 2027 class. And I'm not going to forget how many people told me. And listen, I never looked at the 2026 class at the quarterback position last year, but a lot of people told me, don't worry, bro, the 2026 quarterback class is going to be stacked. That's what I heard. And I was like, okay, I don't even know if that's true, but I'll take it. And I'm never going to do that again because now I'm hearing the same thing. 2027 class is going to be stacked. Is it? What if Dante Moore lays an egg and he's trash? What if all these, like, everybody that was hyping up Garrett Nussmeier from LSU, how did he do this year? Hyping up Drew Aller from Penn State. How was he? Lenore Sellers from South Carolina. How was he? Those are the guys that are supposed to be ballers, supposed to be top of the draft. And now they're all mid-round picks, and now a lot of them are staying in school. Yeah, I know Arch Manning is leading the way. I know the Ohio State quarterback can come out next year, Julian Sayin. I know that now Dante Moore is going to be part of that 2027 class. I'm not saying the 27 class is not good. All I'm saying is I heard the same exact thing about the 2026 class. And here we are. The New York Jets get the second overall pick, and they're not even going to be able to get a quarterback. And you know what's frustrating about that is you go back 2 years ago, there's draft classes where you're able to get a Jaden Daniels at number 2. Or even choose from Jaden Daniels or Drake May or Bo Nix. Or there was a draft where you could have got, CJ Stroud years ago. Not that CJ Stroud is really, he's winning, but my point is, usually there's draft classes where there's at least 2 or 3 quarterbacks you can get. But this year, it seems like there's just one guy that is the undisputed first overall pick and not that. Usually there's a debate who can go number 1 sometimes. Even back in the Sam Darnold draft. You got Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen was talked about. Lamar Jackson. That was all in one class. But then there are some classes where you have nobodies, like the Kenny Pickett draft. So there are instances where there's not a lot of quarterbacks coming out. Last year, you had just Cam Ward, and then Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders was the main guys. Tyler Shook went middle rounds. So my point is, man, I'm never going to believe a quarterback class hype until I get into the college football season and see what the heck they're doing. Because quarterbacks come out of nowhere. I want somebody to tell me who saw Fernando Mendoza coming before the season started last year. Nobody. Unless you're an Indiana fan or you follow this kid all around. I don't think anybody saw Fernando Mendoza becoming the first overall pick before the college football season started. Nobody saw that coming. So that's another thing to keep in mind. There's quarterbacks that are right now going to probably be absolute studs next year that no one sees coming. And I'm not saying Fernando Mendoza was not good entering the season. He was a baller at Cal and everything, but nobody saw him as a wagon. No one saw Indiana become the team that they are. So my point is, you never know, man. You got to give some time. You got to let these things play itself out. But at the end of the day, the breaking news of the Jets not getting Dante Moore officially is the real deal. Now the Jets must pivot. Now the Jets must pivot. Because I definitely think that this is going to be an interesting thing that we talk about for a long, long time. Hey, at least we got Bailey Zappi, baby. Right? At least we got Bailey Zappi. That's all I can say. Some people are saying this is good news. I mean, I put a poll in the chat asking, are you happy with this news? 61% says, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy about it. All right, everybody, give us your predictions, because as we stand right now, the starting quarterback for the 2026 Jets is not on the team. So who is it going to be? Give your predictions. Give me your predictions. Who's starting week 1 for the Jets at quarterback? I was not planning to be live right now, by the way. I didn't even know I was going to do this big decision thing. Will it be Kyler Murray? Will it be Tyrod? Will it be Malik Willis? Will it be Mac Jones? Jimmy Garoppolo? My goodness. Run it back with Fields? I really don't think that's an option. And I hope it's not. Let's get into the super chats. I'm not crying. Oh, wait. Yes, I am. My boy Danger Zone in the chat. I appreciate that. Tank for Manning now. Time to trade for a top quarterback. Let Brady cook. I don't want Carson Beck. He's too immature. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to believe that's the case. It's tough, man, because now you're looking at the quarterback options, and I think it's a very low chance that the Jets find, and I know we've been searching for this for our lives, it feels like, at least my whole life. The Jets are not finding the face of the franchise for the future this offseason. Now, I don't want to say that as definite. You never know. Crazy things happen. The Jets can maybe find a quarterback right now in the draft that we're not seeing coming, and he becomes the guy long-term. Who knows? But this feels like another bridge year coming up. That's what it feels like. Can Jets fans handle that? The only thing we can hope for is that the bridge year is a successful one. But there's quarterbacks going into this draft, and the Jets are going to do their evaluation on all of them. What if they fall in love with a guy like in the mid rounds that we don't see coming? What if? I'm going to be at the Senior Bowl this year. Here are the Senior Bowl quarterbacks. Garrett Nussmeier's going. Hey, you never know. I think there's a lot of, what if one of these quarterbacks to the Senior Bowl rises up? You never know. There's always late risers. There's always a guy that comes out of college that no one sees coming that's going to rise up. Jackson Dart last year, even Tyler Shook was impressive. So I think keep that in mind. I like Cole Payton from North Dakota State. Diego Pavia is a little polarizing, to say the least. But that's the Senior Bowl class. I'm going to be there to see them. But boy, oh boy. This is interesting stuff. I think on one hand, some people are like, the Jets just avoided a bullet, dodged a bullet, whatever the saying is, by this news. And some people are saying we just missed out an opportunity to find our franchise quarterback. And this is another thing about Dante Moore now that this officially happened. If he's too afraid to come to the Jets screw you. I don't want you on the Jets. Like, if you have that mindset of trying to avoid the Jets because of how much of a challenge it is, I don't want someone with that weak mindset. I want someone with confidence. I want someone that looks at the Jets as an opportunity, and I know what I'm capable of. I know my abilities enough where I'm going to go to the Jets and be the guy to change the organization. That's the mindset I want in a player, not someone that's avoiding the Jets. Miss me with that mindset. So if that's what his mindset was, and say that there was another team at number 2 and he would have, like, I don't want someone with that mindset. I really don't. Because you need a different type of headspace to become a successful quarterback with the Jets. You need to be able to embrace the challenge and take it on and have confidence in yourself. This could also be the biggest mistake of Dante Moore's career. Remember what happened with Drew Aller last year? He decided to go back. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick. And then what happens? Looked like trash and then gets injured. Hope you enjoy being a mid-round pick, Drew Aller, when you could have been a top 10 pick last year. Dante Moore, you better hope that you play well. You better hope that Dylan Raiola doesn't steal your job or not get hurt. So that's what it comes down to. If you can't take on the challenge of being a Jet, miss me with it. I want the right guy that embraces the challenge. Hey, Richie, I thought you said you would be 1 year ahead of Miami in rebuild. We still are 1 year ahead. I still think that we are 1 year ahead because the Dolphins are in cap misery. You still have Tua Tagovailoa on your books. You don't even have a coach yet, which you'll have a coach in the next month. Come on. What does Miami have? They didn't even start their rebuild. The Jets are in year 1 of their rebuild. Still ahead. Like, if Dante Moore declared, that means he wants to be a Jet. That means he embraces the challenge. But he didn't declare. Miss me with it. Goodbye. Miss me with it. So I think that there's a lot of people saying Trinidad Chambliss. Some people are like Carson Beck. Some people are like, I don't even know. What else even is there? What other guy is there? Ty Simpson. Hey, if Ty Simpson says, I want to be a Jet, I want to be that guy, let's see. I do like Ty Simpson as a prospect. I think he's raw, and he did not do himself favors recently. But Ty Simpson is an intriguing name. Could he be the Jet that we're looking for? Ty Simpson could be the next prospect. Now, at number 2, I don't know. Number 16, maybe. Or what if Ty Simpson impresses so much in the draft process where he is a number 2 overall pick? You never know. Patriots with a $5 super chat. Saints are thinking about trading Spencer Rattler. Would he be a good fit for the Jets? Spencer Rat-a-tat-tat. I don't know about that. Like, that's another young guy that will be a bridge. Do I want that? I don't know. But hey, you got to keep your mind open on all possibilities. Thank you for the super chat, Patriots. I appreciate that. Good luck in your game this weekend. Ty Simpson could be that guy, but at number 2, maybe not. At 16, yes. Or trading up into the top 10 after picking someone at 2, perhaps. Or trading down from 2 and picking him, perhaps. But I'm going to have to see a lot from Ty Simpson in this pre-draft process before I feel comfortable of drafting him at number 2 if I'm the Jets. And let's be honest, and we can all come together as Jets fans and agree on this. I don't care who the name is. I don't care what college he's coming from. I genuinely don't care. No matter who they draft, I'm just rooting for the guy to be that dude. That's it. We're all going to have our preferences. We're all going to want this guy over that guy. But at the end of the day, whoever the Jets draft, get behind him. Whether you agree with the pick or not, man, that's all I ask. Get behind the kid. Root for him. He's one of us. We got to lift him up. I know fans don't have much of a say on the field on what they do, but I will say this. Positivity from a fan base compared to negativity from a fan base could have an impact on the mind of a player. They hear us. Jets fans, we're toxic because we've been bad for so long. We have a reason to be toxic. because we're miserable. I get that. But can we all as a collective come together and maybe not just say we do draft a guy that you don't agree with, just say this guy's a bust before he even steps out in the football field and he stinks and the Jets just drafted a bust? Like, can we give him at least his opportunity? Let's rally around him, which is a similar, approach that I have with Aaron Glenn in a very different way. Oh, I'm bringing up all the faults that he had this past year. He absolutely has to change, but I'm giving him his opportunity. I'm rooting for him. I want to, man. I want him to figure it out. Carson Beck, 32nd. We need the higher floor guy. So this is a high floor type of draft pick. Would you rather go with a high floor or a high ceiling? A high floor, you know what you're getting. The problem with Carson Beck is that he feels so much like a Jet. And that sounds like a problem, right? Thanks for the super chat. We'll see about that. Glenn, if you don't have quarterback, you're not rebuilding. Yours is better than what the Jets have. Maybe you can trade Zach Wilson. Quinn Ewers? Really? You're trying to sell me on Quinn Ewers? You don't have... You're in cap... Like, you can't even draft anybody with all the capital. We are way ahead, man. We've got all the resources. We got all the cap space. And we're about to bring in a new quarterback. You don't have much. You're starting your rebuild today. If you really think Quinn Ewers is going to be much, and you saying Ewers is better than what the Jets have, let's wait until May to bring this back up. Because we don't know who the Jets don't have anybody. So yeah, anybody is better than what the Jets have at quarterback because they have nobody. Literally. But let's wait to see who the Jets bring in at quarterback this offseason before we say Quinn Ewers is better than what the Jets have. So I pause on that. That's for sure. When we say it can't get any worse, yeah, it has. It's getting worse. It's got to get worse before it gets better, though, right? Right, Henny? It's the only thing I'm saying to myself to keep myself sane. Yeah, great idea. Maybe Patrick Mahomes. Why isn't Diego Pavia a thought? Well, I'm going to keep my close eye on him at the Senior Bowl. I'm going to be at the Senior Bowl this year again. Diego Pavia is going to be there. Here's the list of the quarterbacks that's going to be there. Let me know which quarterback you want me to keep my eye on. Some guys that I'm keeping an eye on already is definitely Garrett Nussmeier, Cole Payton, and Diego Pavia are the three. You never know. Maybe Taylor Green from Arkansas is a stud. I don't know. You never know. I'll keep my eyes on him. Jets coaching must improve first. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's no doubt. Some crazy stuff, man. What do the Jets do at quarterback? The ultimate question. All right, we'll finish off this stream with some call-ins. If you guys want to call into the show, let me know your thoughts about this breaking news of the New York Jets not being able to draft Mr. Dante Moore because he officially is staying at college. Staying. Not a lot of activity in Jets land right now. We don't really know who the heck the Jets are interviewing at D.C. We've only heard one name officially, the Minnesota Vikings pass game coordinator, who probably will not get the job. We don't know if the Jets are firing anybody on their staff. Right now, they don't have anybody that's being let go of, or at least that we know at this point on the offensive staff. We don't know any new potential guys they're bringing in on the offensive staff. It's pretty quiet in Jets land. Malik Willis is definitely a front runner for me. I think the Jets are going to go in that direction, if I had to say. They're probably going to go that direction. Yes, Carson Beck. Yes, there's a lot of options. But we'll see, man. There's only so much we can. Nussi has the toughness to be a good bridge quarterback. Nussmeier was the guy that I was very excited to watch play at LSU this year to be the guy for the Jets. But then he definitely disappointed. But now he has a chance to rise up the boards. So we'll see. All right. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say in the chat about these news. So why don't we bring in the callers, baby? Why don't we bring them on in? If you guys want to call in, don't be shy. Pull up as we have some breaking news that just came out. Dante Moore is officially staying put at Oregon. We're going to bang through these. Lacella's up first.
Hey.
What up, Lacella?
What's up, bro? What's up?
What's up?
I will say, I was thinking when I heard about the announcement that he's trying to make a decision on Sports Center. I'm like, you know what? I can't fall on him for the hustle. I can't fall on him for that, bro. He
It's
wants to
LeBron.
get as much money. He wanted to get his money. He wanted to get his money, bro. Like, yeah, he could fall out, and then he missed on the chance of having this, like, because here's the thing: the ESPN probably asked him, "Hey, could you do this for us? We'll give you the money." And
Oh
he's
yeah,
like, "Oh yeah,
ESPN
no,
definitely
accept it."
paid. ESPN definitely paid
Yeah.
Dante Moore for that, and I appreciate the call, Lascelles. And he's getting his money, and that's what it seems like. He's going back to college, going to get paid $10 million, and then he's going to go back into the draft. So, at the end of the day, you can't fault him for chasing the bag. Quarterback room: Cousins, Malik, draft Trinidad or Ty Mateer. Yeah, I think a Malik Willis pairing with a rookie is definitely a possibility. Malik Willis with a rookie is a legit possibility, folks. No doubt about it. Breaking news: Dante Moore staying in Oregon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this news. The Jets will not have a chance to draft him. Let's keep the lines moving. We got King Jamie the Mad up next.
Hey, buddy. Can you hear me good?
Hey, yes. Loud and clear. How are you?
Awesome. So I'm doing good, Richie. I hope you're doing good. I know it's got to be rough again. It's always rough like this for you this time of year, and that sucks, man. One of these days, I know it sounds like a broken record, but, you're pretty much touching on everything I'm seeing from the Jets already. I do like Malik. I do like him. He's showing a lot of promise, And, there's a couple of pretty good quarterbacks in this draft maybe you guys could get. No matter how you go, though, I hope you guys get your franchise quarterback and you get her going, brother.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm on your side, bro.
Your consistent optimism, even during the darkest times, will never be forgotten when we do turn the
Richie,
corner
we've been through some stuff, bro. I've been right there with you, man. I try to be here as much as I can and stuff. And
you don't try, man. You do. You don't try.
Bro.
And I appreciate that, and I love you for that. Everybody give King Jamie the Mad some love in the chat. I appreciate you, brother,
Jets.
as always. Let's go. And that man right there has no reason, no skin in the game for the Jets, but he roots for the Jets. He wants to see them succeed, and he always tries his best to spark some love into this franchise, into this fan base, and I appreciate that. And then on the other hand, we have guys like this one, Glenn, who's the negative Nancy of the Jets, who's coming on in. What up, Glenn? What do you got to say today?
No, Richie, I was just messing with you because I know both our teams will suck next year. Shit, what you mean? We don't be in the bottom of the base end. It don't matter who's. I'm hoping we're fourth, and we get the first pick in the draft.
What, in
What
27?
you mean? Yeah. Where we have, even though I never trust these quarterbacks to come out, and I told you all that last year. But who will win the rebuild will be the team that hits on their quarterback. Now, I actually think Mendoza. Now I don't talk about Mendoza. I actually think Mendoza not coming out saved y'all.
What? Oh, you mean more?
I know him not coming out saved the Jets
Yeah, you said Mendoza, so I got confused.
because he would have had to come out and the Jets had to pick him if he came out.
Yeah, but they would do their evaluation on him, and I get what you're saying, and I appreciate the call, Glenn. I'm sure I'll see you tonight on the AFC's roundtable. And that's what some people are saying. Maybe the Jets just dodged a bullet. Maybe Dante Moore, he's not built for it. Maybe he's not. And I also think, I will say this about Dante Moore. It would definitely benefit him for a long NFL career for him to go back to college and get more experience. He doesn't have a lot of experience. He's only 20 years old. I don't blame him from that perspective. You get paid. It would definitely benefit you. That's why I like Fernando Mendoza. He's got the experience. I prefer guys that have more college starts than anything. So we'll see. Next up, we got Bowman. What's going on, man? You're live.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Good to see you, Richie. Happy New Year.
Thank you, brother. You as well.
I thank you. I think that this is great news. I agree. I think that my concern is the Jets are in this repetition of kind of getting a quarterback, trying to get a quarterback. And I felt like really outside of Mendoza, of course, we're historically bad, but can't still seem to get that first pick. I'm just for just chilling on the quarterback, draft someone in the second, draft someone in the third, see what they can do, hit whoever we can get in free agency, whether that be the Kirk Cousins or trading for Murray or bringing in Malik Willis. I'm fine with all of it. Build this team up around it. If we're going to actually give Glenn a shot, don't force a quarterback down his throat. Because I think this draft is Mendoza and everyone else. And then hope that next year with all the ammunition, ideally, I would like to trade back, but I don't know there's anyone going to be buying that second spot this year. So
that's the problem.
We'll see what happens, but get that linebacker from Ohio State, get Downs second with our second pick in the first round, build up that core on defense, look at the quarterback in the second or third, add another weapon in there, hit free agency, and be ready for next year. That's what I really want to do more than anything. Just if we're gonna take it patient, we're gonna tear it down to the studs. Be patient. Be patient.
I agree. Well, I appreciate that. I do agree with what you have to say, and I appreciate the call, Bowman. Hope all is well.
Thanks, man. Same to you.
Thanks for the call. And yeah, like building out the core of the defense is going to be a priority. And I'm happy he mentioned that. We don't just need a quarterback. We need a defensive roster. And yes, quarterback is everything, but you can now draft 2 defensive players at the top of that draft. And all of a sudden you got your core. You also need some offensive weapons. Now, the good thing is, which is something I definitely don't want to take for granted, we don't have to worry about offensive line. Oh, how refreshing is that? We don't got to worry about an offensive tackle. Remember the debates? Offensive tackle or playmaker? We don't got to worry about that anymore. I was always team offensive tackle for this reason, so they can be set up for this moment. That's what I'm saying, bro. They don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, the Jets don't need to worry about drafting an offensive lineman. How freaking awesome is that? Now they can use that as leverage to go after other guys. So that's big time news. Fantastic news for the New York Jets. So now, with Dante Moore staying at school, oof, baby, it's going to be interesting, man. Want to give a giant shout out to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of Jets Media. You guys get a 100% deposit match up to $100 by using the code JETS. Don't forget to click that link at the top of the chat, folks. Forget your big time deposit match up to $100. They're the proud sponsor of Jets Media all throughout the season, folks. Make sure you leverage them. They can do NBA bets. You got divisional round this weekend, so huge shout out goes to our proud sponsors over at Sleeper. If you've not checked them out by now, what exactly are you waiting for? Legal in 25 states. Huge shout out goes to them. So we saw the breaking news of Dante Moore. I'll be live on the AFC East Roundtable tonight, man, and it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting show tonight on the AFC East Roundtable because we're going to be previewing the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills games. We're going to be talking Miami Dolphins and New York Jets offseason stuff. So a lot of interesting stuff to come on in. So let's get into the last caller. 6 rings. What do you got for me?
I just want to say, what's your thoughts on you guys retaining Glenn? He didn't have a good year, no interceptions. Are you pro Aaron Glenn, or do you think you should go for another coach? And Drake May for MVP.
All right. Got to throw in that at the end. Well, thanks for the call, 6 rings. Screw the Patriots, number 1. Number 2, my stance on Aaron Glenn has been pretty noted. Listen, I'm aware that he did not show much, but I went into the season understanding that this is going to be Woody Johnson committing to him. And right when the Jets traded away Sauce and traded away Quinnen and stripped the roster down, I knew that the ownership gave Aaron Glenn the confidence that you're not going anywhere. Tank for the rest of the year. We're going to give you at least another year to prove yourself. I'm a believer of Aaron Glenn, and I know that's not a popular opinion. I know some people want to get rid of him. Everybody wants to fire him to go after one of these top coaches. But I'm sorry, John Harbaugh is not sniffing the Jets. I don't care if you offer him all the money in the world. The Giants are a way more attractive destination than we are. And if the Jets fire Aaron Glenn, who are they going after right now? Who would want to come here? Let's not forget that Aaron Glenn wanted to come to the Jets. Who the heck wants to come here after hiring Aaron Glenn, firing him after a year, and knowing that, oh, I'm going to have 1 year to fix this thing? Good luck. Good luck. If that's what you want this football team to become, just a 1 year fix this year in a year, fix this team in a year, otherwise you're fired. That's the culture you're trying to bring in here. You hire Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy goes five wins. What do you think Jets fans are going to say? Fire him. Okay, all right, let's go into 2028. Let's hire Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin wins you 6 games. Then what? So my point is, I'm not trying to sell anybody on Aaron Glenn because he's got to prove himself. But you got to build something from scratch, and that takes time. I understand nobody wants to hear that. Jets fans don't want to hear that it takes time because it's been 14, 15, 16 years since you've been in the playoffs. I totally understand that. But I just don't think that giving Aaron Glenn 1 year is a legit fair shot to give him an opportunity to build this thing his way. Let him fill out his vision. He has a vision. We don't know the vision. We'll see it in a few years. That's my take on that. And the second part of his question, Drake May ain't winning no MVP. It'll be Matthew Stafford. Let's get into the next caller. We got Nick up next. What up, Nick?
How's it going, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Hanging in there, man, on the roller coaster with you. Great news that Dante Moore is going to stay at Oregon. Phenomenal news. It would have been I've been listening to Kuiper, getting structure around him if the Jets do draft him. That was never going to happen. I don't care. At 20 years old, 20 games started, he needed more time. Let him do his thing, and possibly we'll see in 27. We certainly have the capital. Only the Jets would not have the first round pick after such a terrible season that we've had. I mean, I'm at least on the phone with the Raiders seeing what they would want for compensation because I think Mendoza's that good. He's mentally that sharp. He's a student of the game. I mean, to listen to him talk about, I've got no social media apps on my phone. This is what I like to do. I mean, the guy, he is an absolute student of the game. So odds are he's going to be Tom Brady's pet project out there, which is what it is. Concerning us, we've got so many other needs. There's so many different directions we can go. But I'm so sick and tired of hearing about, Malik Willis or the kid out in Arizona. Like Malik Willis, would he have one good game? He popped in relief for Love, and suddenly he's the next Matt Flynn. I mean, it's just we cannot be reaching at straws. I know we need a veteran quarterback on this squad in 26. There's no question about that. But no, I mean, you just watch even. Especially Kyler Murray. Watch him play the Bills. Watch him play the Patriots when he has in his career. We need somebody. Sad to say, we need to find another Fitzpatrick for a year. But
do you know who that guy is? Who do you want? Is there anybody?
I have no idea.
See, that's the problem, Nick, is those guys you're mentioning are the only options. That's our problem.
I mean, do you roll with a Kirk Cousins for a year? To me, I'd rather have him than a Kyler Murray. I really would.
Yeah.
Aside from that, you've got so many different scenarios with the coaching. I think Glenn made a fatal mistake at the beginning of the season, and, he projected that we were ready to win now. And I think that carried him through to the hate he's getting right now. Had he not done that and said, look, this is a project, it's long term, we'll see what happens. But I think he was so excited to be back that ultimately this is what led to, where we're at now. But, not to go through the entire up and down, we need a mean a mean linebacker to run that defense. We need wide receiver help. We know what we need. I mean, we just need a lot of good talent to come in and hopefully, they're coached up. You know, I mean, that's really all we can ask for. But you know, great job as always, Richie. You do us our fan base well. An organization that does not deserve the fan base that they have. You guys are the best. You and you know, all the rest. You guys do an amazing job representing this pain in the butt organization, man. So
well, Nick,
thanks.
thank you so much. That was a great call, man. Hope to see you again, because I definitely enjoyed that call right there, breaking down exactly what the Jets need, what they should avoid. Really deep analysis right there from Nick. Great caller who has been a Jets fan for a long time, as you can see. Shout out to Nick, man, and shout out to everybody tuning in, man. We're all in this together. That's another thing I want to remind you guys. If you agree or disagree with what I have to say, that's all right. Just remember, we're all in this together. Where it's a collective. Whether you agree on a coach or a quarterback, just know they're all Jets fans at the end of the day. We're all trying to figure out a way to get this team on the right path. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the show now, folks. Don't forget AFC East Roundtable tonight. I know some people may not really tune into that show, so I'd appreciate if you guys came over to the AFC East Roundtable tonight. It's at 6 p.m. EST. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to break down all things in the AFC East division, including this news of course, the Jets not getting Dante Moore and more other things on the AFC East Roundtable. I'll put the link in the chat for those that are interested. If you don't know about this show by now, what are you waiting for, man? And we put a poll up in the chat every single episode to see how many Jets fans are in the building, and it's sad because not a lot of Jets fans show up anymore. You guys are leaving me to die over here. I need Jets fans to represent, bro. So here's the link in the chat. Come over here at 6 o'clock. We're going to talk all things AFC East. I'll see you guys then. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.